So I'm scrolling Reddit like I tend to do in the mornings, and I come across this post, and I'm like, the level of delusion and entitlement and audacity is so high. Like, how do they get to this level? You all have got to see. And then when men start talking to each other and reinforcing the delusion, it's just so concerning to me. Okay, here's the post for the Ask Men Over 30 subreddit. He says, I'm not interested in women I could date. So he wants people above his league or out of his league. He says, curious if any other guys feel this way. 30-year-old man, employed, not fat, probably relatively ugly outside of the fact that I'm not fat. Not super successful or wealthy, but have a solid career. Not a funny or charismatic person, very introverted. So there's probably a lot of things that he could work on there. He says, I think that if you graded me based off of all the things the average woman looks for in a prospective partner, I'm probably around a 3. I'm not really interested in women that are physically less than maybe a 6. Obviously, this is subjective, but trying to make a point. I have zero physical attraction to probably at least 50% of women. Fat women are immediately repulsive to me. I don't need to date a model, but I can't date a fat woman, which immediately eliminates a large percentage of the pool. I'm not entirely sure how to get beyond this. If I could flip a switch and find these women desirable, I would, but I have absolutely no attraction to them at all. I don't feel entitled to love or a relationship. I realize that my standards are disconnected from the reality of my circumstances. But I don't feel like this is something I can control. I just can't date someone I'm not attracted to. I don't know how to get past that. And I feel that the alternative is just living a single life. I'm trying to find ways to accept this reality and to enjoy single life, but it's very difficult. I'm a very emotional person, and even though I'm very introverted, I feel like having a family would bring a lot of joy to my life. Accepting a life without that is a tough pill to swallow. I needed you all to see this because he said nothing about the women, their personality, the things about them. The only thing that he talks about is how she looks. Is she fat or is she a model? And if she's fat, that eliminates half of the dating population. And that is the only thing that he has honed in on. And he towards the bottom, he says that he thinks that having a family would bring him a lot of joy in life. But even imagine if he did get a woman that he perceives and rates as a 7. And rating people is already ick to me. But let's say he got him a woman that he is like, she's like a size 6 or 8. And, that's smallish, but not skinny. That's not a model. And then she had the nerve to gain some weight after having a baby or two. And then she gains that weight, and now she's no longer, the love of his life because the only thing he was looking at is her body. Like literally, he said nothing else about women in a humanized manner, and that's one of the things that you really have got to hone in on. But also, nothing about his description of himself even humanized himself. I mean, outside of the fact that he does not seem like a good prospect. Like, what woman wants a man that describes themselves as not super successful or wealthy, not a funny or charismatic person? Like, he seems like he has a vanilla pudding personality. Like, I guess I can eat it if I'm like about to starve to death. But why would I choose that? Like, no, I'm going to pass. Like literally these people, the way he talked, it's like he thinks that he wants a relationship, but what woman would choose him? Let's get into some of the comments. This person says, this is completely fair. There are 3 possible solutions. Number 1, level up. Go to therapy to get better social skills and deal with your depression and possible social anxiety. Lift weights regularly. Spend time outside, dress better, and get a good haircut. Number 2, get an active social life. This is key to getting a girlfriend either way. Maybe you underestimate your attractiveness or social skills because you aren't meeting any women. Number 3, embrace being single. It's pretty common that single people are single because they are into people who aren't into them back. then you need to put more weight on developing close, emotionally supportive friendships, hobbies, and maybe consider getting a pet. Edit, you could also consider getting some high end quality sex toys. That edit is very interesting. I mean, none of these possible solutions are that bad, but it's like, is it going to really deal with the fact that he hasn't humanized women? Everybody should be working out regularly, putting a little bit more effort into how they're looking if you want to attract somebody. Plus, that man said he's not attractive. Get an active social life. That makes sense as well. That all of these things could work together, not three separate things, but using them all to work together. But none of these three things is going to help his mindset or his personality. They won't, unless he flips a switch, and then women are like more than just their weight and their looks. I doubt that. Now, this person says, number 4, be a passport bro. So forget all of these women over here. Forget changing yourself. Just go over there and get a woman, because women over there don't care if you are unattractive or mildly unsuccessful, have no charisma, have no sense of humor. Women over there love that, I guess. I didn't realize that the first commenter was a woman. She says, if you want a sugar baby, yes, but you have to be okay with being soft pay for play. It's not even soft pay for play, it is pay for play. She says, if she's a lot hotter than you, well, she's not into you sexually or romantically. She's just willing to fake it in return for a better chance at life. A lot of people will feel lonelier in this situation than alone. It's like paying someone to be your. And then the man says, I don't know many women in the West who don't expect their man to pay for things. Couples that truly go 50-50 are rare in the West, even if the woman makes good money herself. So according to your logic, most couples in the West are pay for play. And the thing is, I don't like it when people take your argument and add a little bit to it and then make it like that is what they said. I'm not sure if she came back and responded to this, but I'm going to move on to the next one. This woman says, number 5, date a woman who is a 6 in looks and a 1 in personality. And this honestly makes sense for this man, because he said nothing about what he expects as far as personality, beliefs, or anything like this. So this could work. But the main woman who started out with the first comment says, do not recommend. People in bad relationships are a lot more unhappy than single people. This is scientifically proven and also just common sense. The wrong partner can make your life hell. At that point, it's better to just invest in a quality sex toy. And the thing is, this is a woman, and her points make some good sense. But when you're making good sense to men who don't see women as humans and individuals, you might as well be talking to a rock or a bowl or a coffee mug or something like that. It's not really useful. That's the reason why when I go into these forums, I'm just screenshotting, because I know that even typing is a waste of time. And I would do better with my time to move rocks from left to right, back to the left. That would be a better use of my time. All right. I just wanted to highlight mainly the man's post and his delusion. But join the conversation and let me know what you thought about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
There's no way I could date a 5. I'm just saying.
So what can you date, Pastor?
Yeah. Listen, I know the comments gonna kill me for this. But I gotta have an 8 or above.
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
high value.
So what do you think you are, Pastor?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I had my looks assessed. I went to a consultant, well known before he passed. I went to him and I said, just lay it and tell me, sir, what is it? And he told me, he said, I'm gonna be honest, you probably one of the better looking men that I've seen before.
Okay.
And that's in all honesty.
Uh
I'm
huh.
probably about, I always give myself a low 12.